Okay, I'm going to do a series of videos. I started doing these Hogan videos, and I realized what would be interesting to do is there are several things in Hogan's book that people just either, they don't see that they're there, they don't look at them, they don't try to figure them out or really figure out what he was doing. And part of it is that they're kind of obscure, and they have to do with how he's moving more than the positions he's putting himself in. So anyway, I'm going to kind of look at those and make my postulations through my own sort of trial and error process as to what those things were. And so the first one I'm going to do is, you see a picture of Hogan, and I did something about this the other day, but I realized I could make it more clear. So you see a picture of Hogan doing this. I'm sure you've all seen this strange, like, that's how I'm going to hit the ball. So what's happening? So this is the thing I just talked about the other day. What this move actually is, if I just take the club here and I do that, you can see that I'm radically opening the face, right? So that move is to radically throw the face open, coming into the ball. But what doesn't register with that is, at the same time that he's making, so it's not a position, he doesn't go there and then hit the ball. That move is happening while he's hitting the ball. So what's happening is the normal, because he doesn't hang on, you can see that he's got a full release, there's no big hang on move. So the club is opening and closing normally, as it will, and as that's happening, he's countering that opening and closing with a counter rotation of the club. So when you add those two elements together, you get a club that would be opening and closing. And now instead of opening and closing, it's doing that, right? So the opening and closing is happening, and the rotation of his upper body is going the other way. And it doesn't happen here, it happens through the ball right there. So you can see that if I take this club and do this move through the ball, like he's demonstrating, go ahead and do that with your own club, and you'll see that you create this square face through, like, you know, this whole hitting area. So what that gets you is lots of leeway, right? You're square all the way from here to here to here to target, all the way through there, and then the club flips over. And it's interesting, Mo Norman, the other famously accurate player, says this is the master move. So it's the very same idea. It's just you see it here, and you understand that it's not a static move. And probably it feels like you're doing it here, because everything feels earlier than it happens in a golf swing, right? So that's why you look at a static picture and you think, okay, that's a position I should get to and then hit the ball, but that's not it. That's a position, that's a move that you're doing as you go through the ball. So I'm going to further demonstrate it here with my trainer. So this would be my normal trainer swing, and you can see it just creates an arc, right, through the ball. It opens and closes like everything would if you swing it this way, and it's got one fraction of a second where it would be square to target. But now watch what happens if, when I go through there, I do that. So watch. Now it's forming a little period of a straight line, which I can't maintain very long, but if I can maintain a little straight line for a foot in a golf swing, that's huge. So it's a move that this has to sort of outpace or match the pace of the closing of the face that's naturally happening. So you feel it right through the ball, but then it goes back on its path, and you don't really see an interruption in the path in the swing, and you can't see that the face has suddenly spent a little time doing that and then goes on its way. But that's what's happening. So a little counter rotation, make a little space where that face is totally square to target, assuming you're aimed correctly, and then it releases and goes on its way. So that's the move that makes it easier, more forgiving to be precise And if you look at Ben Hogan's swing and start looking at all the parts, everything he was doing was, how can I create maneuvers and positions and constraints that can make me more precise and controlled, because that's the ultimate skill in golf, right? How, in a game where you can't really be precise, how close can you get to it? So that's that move hopefully explained better.